Hello, my night owls, and welcome to Free Personality Test. I am going to take a test to see what my personality is. You find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people. I do find it difficult. I don't know if it should be this one or this one. You find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people. Yeah, I'll go with the small one. You often get so lost in thought that you ignore or forget your surroundings. I get lost in thought. I kind of do, so I'm going to go with that one. Sometimes I get very lost in my thoughts and I forget what I'm doing, so I end up getting all flustered and things end up getting all out of whack, and then that makes me kind of stress out and freak out and be like, oh my gosh. So, yeah, I'm going with that. You try to respond to your emails as soon as possible and cannot stand a messy inbox. That one, I will have to go with this one because I get notifications when things go to my email onto my cell phone. That was what I was trying to say. And I don't respond automatically. I just ignore it. So I have to go with I do not. Well, I should go with big disagree. Yeah, I'll go with the big one because I ignore it for a long time like a dingus. You find it easy to stay relaxed and focus even when there is some pressure. No. When there's a lot of pressure, I seem to crumble. I don't know why. It's just, you do not usually interact. You do not usually I know what this means, but I can't say the word, sadly. But I know what it means, so I'll go with a small one on that one. You really do something just out of sheer curiosity. I'll have to go with a small one on that one. When I am curious about something, I want to kind of do it, but sometimes, it depends on what it is. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I want to do that, but then there's other things I'm like, I don't know. You feel superior to other people. Disagree. I don't feel superior to other people at all. Being organized is more important to you than being adaptable. I'll go with this one. Because I like being adaptable, but I like to also be organized. So, I don't know if I want to go with a big one or a small one. I'll go with that one. You are usually highly motivated and energetic. Lately, I have not been energetic and motivated. I've been kind of just like shut myself in, don't want to do anything lately. But I do have my moments where I do get motivated and energetic. But I don't know. I will go with a small one with agree. Winning a debate matters less to you than making sure no one gets upset. Depends on what the debate is, I guess. I'll go with small agree. Because it depends on what the debate is and so like that. So, let's see. You often feel as if you have to justify yourself to other people. I feel like I do. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. I'm kind of in the middle. I'll go with agree. I kind of do. I don't know why. I just feel like I do sometimes. Your home and work environment are quite tidy. Disagree. I'm actually pretty messy. I don't clean as much as I should. Normal people, when you see dirty dishes piled up, you normally like, oh, dishes, clean them, put it away. Your garbage stinks, take it out, throw it away, you know. But me, I don't know, I ignore, like, when my garbage stinks, I tend to ignore it. Because my garbage isn't full all the way, and I don't want to throw a half full bag away when I know that more can be filled into it. Then there's the dishes, where dishes pile up, and I just ignore it and just let them keep piling up. And then when I need a dish, like a plate or silverware, I tend to clean just what I need for the day, and then re-dirty them and then leave them. I know. Okay, I know. You do not mind being at the center of attention. I disagree. I do not like it. Like, I won't be, like, hugely disagree, but I disagree with it somewhat. I kind of like having some attention, but not a lot. You consider yourself more practical. You consider yourself more practical than creative. Small. I like being creative. I'm kind of creative. Not with my videos, sadly. I'm bad with the creativity when it comes to my videos. I wish I could be more creative in my videos. Like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I lack something in my videos, but I don't know what I lack in yet. I just haven't figured that out. But, I don't know. I can be creative, and I'm practical. People can rarely upset you. Disagree. I do get upset when people, like, with certain things, but, like, I'm not, like, I don't get highly upset, but, like, I do get upset. Your travel plans are usually well thought out. No, not really. Like, when I told you guys how I went to see Dan and Phil live, that trip was not planned out whatsoever. It was on a spur of the moment type thing. I knew I wanted to go see Dan and Phil live, and there was nothing getting in my way, no matter what. So I bought the tickets like a few weeks before they were going to New York City, and I called up my mom. I'm like, "Hey mom, yeah, I just bought these tickets. We're going to New York City." And she's like, "Excuse me, what now?" Yeah, so it was like, I was just like, oh yeah, I bought these tickets. Let's go to New York City. But she knew I was going to go see Dan and Phil. I told her, I'm like, "Mom, Dan and Phil are out on tour. I'm buying tickets. I mean, you're going to go see them." And she's like, "Okay, sure." And then a few days later, "Hey Mom, I bought the tickets. Let's go to New York City." And she's like, "I knew you were going to go, but like, that was like," I don't know how to really explain it, but she was like, her mind was kind of blown. Disagree. My travel plans are not usually planned out. It is often difficult for you to relate to others' people's feelings. Disagree. Big disagree. I actually get sucked into people's feelings. Like, I can relate to people on so many levels that it's ridiculous, and then I get sucked into it, and then when things happen, I feel what they're feeling, and I feel sad, and I cry. Like, when I'm watching say, a movie, and something is happening to the main character, I get so attached to the main character that when something happens to them, like, say they got seriously hurt, like, a guy dumped him, I'll be like, oh my god, I can't believe that guy was such a jerk and dumped that person like that. Or, like, if they lost somebody they love, I'm like, oh my god, they lost somebody they love, and then I'll bawl my eyes out. Like, because they're crying, I'm crying, so... And it's the same with, like, when I'm reading a book, or watching anime, or watching YouTube. Like, I get sucked into the person. So, if anything's happening to a person, like, on YouTube, or in anime, or anything like that, I cry, or be happy, or my mood swings, like, generate when something happens to the character in a show that I'm watching. Or YouTuber that I'm watching. So, my feelings are definitely affected to people's feelings. And it's just not on, like, that. It's in real life, too. Like, with my best friend or my mom. When something's happening to my mom, she's been going through a lot. And, of course, it takes a toll on me because I get sucked into it. And when she's, like, sad and stuff like that, I'm like, stressed out, sad, and all this other stuff like that, I feel it, and I go through the emotions with her, even though it's not happening to me directly. I, like, feed off her feelings, I guess. And it goes the same with my best friend. Anyways, your mood can change very quickly. Speaking of that, your moods can change very quickly. Well, if it depends, like, if I'm with someone, my mood can change based on how they're feeling, but if I'm all by myself, I'm pretty much in control of my feelings. But if I'm watching something and I'm alone, I tend to lose how I'm feeling. But other than that, when I'm just me, I can control it. In a discussion, truth should be more important than people's sensitivities. Like, truth is very important, but people's being sensitive to people is important. Yes, you should be sensitive to people's feelings, but you should also tell the truth to certain things. So, I'm going with this. Small disagree. I don't know. No, I'm going to go with this. So, truthful should not be more important than sensitivity. They should be equally on the same ground. So, I don't know if I want to go... I feel like I should be the middle ground, because I don't know, I don't know, I feel like sensitivity and truthfulness should be kind of like the same. So I'm going to go with the middle one for that one. You rarely worry about how your actions affect other people. I would big disagree, because I really do, like, when I do something, if my actions affect someone, and if say it's not in a good way it affects them, I worry about it, and I feel really bad for how I acted. And then, but if I do an action and something good happens, that I'm not really worried about it, but I do, like, do something and my actions are the thing that caused it, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that, I wish I didn't do that, and then I'm like, how should I fix it, and I'm like, you know, but I really worry about how my actions affect people, in good ways and in bad ways. Your work style is closer to random energy spikes than to a methodical and organized approach. Yeah, pretty much. I'll go with agree. I'll go with that one. My work style is close to random. I have to say, by energy spikes. Like, some days I'm like, I don't even feel like doing anything. I don't want to record. Like, and it's not my depression and anxiety sometimes. It's just me. So I can't really, it's sometimes my anxiety and depression, but mostly it's me. And I'm like, I don't want to even do anything. And then there's moments like, oh my god, I want to record, or I want to do so good in college, or some days it's like, I don't even want to do this. No. So it does depend on like random energy spikes for me. You are often envious of others. I have to agree. I often envy others. An interesting book or video game is often better than a social event. I love video games and I love books, but I love social events too. So, I will go with agree, but a small one, because I love social events. Or should I go with a little small disagree? An interesting book or video game is often better than a social... No, I'll go with a small disagree. Because I love being around people. I don't like, I sometimes love being by myself, but sometimes I get so bored and lonely, and I'm like, I want to be around somebody. Somebody come hang out with me, you know? Anyways, being able to develop a plan and stick to it is the most important part of every project. Disagree, because, you know, sometimes you need those little, like, you can have a plan tactic, but you also want those, like, moments of randomness sometimes. You rarely get carried away by fantasies and ideas. I get actually very caught up in it, I think. End up getting carried away with fantasies and ideas. Like, when I have an idea in my head, or a fantasy in my head, I really overthink it a lot, and it sometimes ends up consuming my life, because the thing is, I can't do it. Even though it's in my head, I want to do it, but I can't. Because some of the things that I want to do that are inside my head end up having to do with money or something else. Like, that, or some of the stuff that I want to do has to do with money, or it doesn't have anything to do with money, but I don't know how to put it in motion. You often find yourself lost in thought when you are walking in nature. Yeah, I agree. I do get lost in thought when I'm walking through nature. If someone does not respond to your email quickly, you start worrying if you said something wrong. I have to, even though I don't, like, automatically, like, read an email and then, like respond to them, I do feel like, and then when I email someone and they don't respond quickly to me, I do, like, have, like, oh my gosh, did I say something wrong? And that's why they're not writing me back. And it just, like, it takes over. My anxiety takes over. And I start, like, oh my gosh, what did I say wrong? I have to go with agree somewhat. I somewhat agree with that. Because I feel like I do say something wrong sometimes. As a parent, you would rather see your child grow up kind than smart. I'd rather have both, but I would want a kind child. I want them to be, kind like I am, for sure. But I like if they were smart, too. You do not let other people influence your actions. I do let people influence my actions sometimes. I'll go with small disagree. I kind of let people influence me, but not really. I normally do things the way I want to do them, but it's mostly me. Your dreams tend to focus on the real world and its events. Agree. I'm gonna go with small agree. Yeah. It does not take you much time to start getting involved in social activities as your new workplace. I will go with a small agree. I sort of am. You are more of a natural improviser than a careful planner. Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go with that. I'm a natural improviser than a careful planner. It's just how it is. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Agree, yeah. You enjoy going to social events that involve dress up or roleplay activities. Yeah, I like role-playing. I actually went to a convention one time with one of my friends, and we had to dress up as an anime character, and of course, I wanted to be, at the time, I was really into Sasuke from Naruto, and I really had a big crush on him, so I wanted to be his girlfriend, and so I dressed kind of like Sasuke. I had like these light brown tan pants on, which he had when he was younger, and then he had some color shirt like this, and I printed out a symbol of his and hung it around my neck, and that indicated that I was Sasuke's girlfriend. Well, anyways, so I do enjoy it. You often spend time exploring unrealistic and impractical yet intricate ideas. Ooh. I'm going with agree. You would rather improve than spend time coming up with a detailed plan. I'd rather improve, but I like doing detailed plans. But I'm not that kind of person, so I'd rather improve. You are relatively reserved and quiet person. When you first meet me, I am quiet and I'm in my shell. But the moment we get to know each other, I open up like a book. Trust me. I open up like a book. I will go with a small disagree because I'm quiet until you get to know me. Then I'm not. Excuse me. If you had a business, you would find it very difficult to fire loyal but underperforming employees. If I had a business, I would find it hard to fire someone. I don't know. I just can't seem to be the type to do that. Big disagree. A big agree. Man. Often contemplate the reasons for human existence. Agree. I do sometimes. I'm like, why are we here? And stuff like that. I don't know. It just happens. But yeah, I do that. Okay. Logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions. I think it should be both. So, I'm gonna go with small disagree. You should go with your heart, but you should always go with think it through, of course. Keep your options open is more important than having to-do list. I like keeping my options open, but I also like having a to-do list. Like, 'cause a to-do list, you know what you have to do for that day, and you get it done, and I do that all the time. Like, I'm like, oh, I gotta clean the dishes, I gotta do the bathroom, I gotta clean the living room, I gotta do this, and it's like a to-do list, of course. And, of course, it helps a lot to get everything done on that to-do list, and you feel really good about yourself. But, I also love keeping an open mind and, like, keeping your options open. Yes, there you go. That's what I was trying to say. Jeez. If your friend is sad about something, you are more likely to offer emotional support than suggest ways to deal with the problem. I go with this one because I would go with a big one, but the thing is, I sometimes try to find a solution to the problem, but I also give them emotional support as well. So it's a mixture of both. So I'll go with a small agree. You rarely feel insecure. Yeah, a small disagree, because some days I don't feel secure about myself, but then there's other days where I do, and it's just one of those moods you go through, you know? Anyways, you have no difficulties coming up with a personal timetable and sticking to it. Disagree. I have difficulty setting a timetable and sticking to it sometimes, but sometimes I do stick to, like, if I have to go somewhere at a certain time, I make sure I'm there. But then there's some times where it's just like, I know I have to be there, and it's just like, I don't know, like, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Anyways, being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. I know this word, why can't I say it? Cooperative. Oh, I like being right, but not like all the time, and I like being this word. Yeah. You think that everyone's views should be respected regardless of whether they are supported by facts or not. Like, okay, I'll go with a big one, because I don't agree with some people's views on things. Yes. And I get mad at certain things, but hey, I respect what their views are, and that's what they view, and that's totally okay with me, and that's fine. And I know I had a problem with when I was texting with this one guy, and I did not like that he voted for Donald Trump, and I should have respected his views and respect that he voted for him, and not let it ruin our friendship. But of course, I was stupid and naive and let that happen. But I learned from it, and now I know to be, oh, okay, you voted for Trump, that's fine, that's your thing. But that's not my thing. And some people try to, like, hey, Trump isn't so bad, and they try to, like, change my mind, and I'm like, whoa, no. You can say whatever you want about Donald Trump, but my thoughts about that guy is never going to change. So don't even push that stuff onto me. But your views are fine. That's fine, but don't push it on me. That's all. Well, anyways, you feel more energetic after spending time with a group of people. Agree. I do feel very energetic after spending time with a group of people. You frequently misplace your things. I don't remember anything. Oh wait, I do sometimes. I'll go with a small agree. Sometimes I do misplace things, and I'm like, wait, where's this? Oh, where's this? But it's not like all the time. I know where everything is. You see yourself as very emotionally stable. I was emotionally stable at one point, but lately it's not the case. I have not been able to be very emotionally stable. I'll go with a small disagree. I'm emotionally stable enough, but like I said, for the past couple of days or weeks, I haven't been very emotionally stable. My emotions have been kind of all over the place, but that's of course what's going on in my life that's playing a part in that. Anyways, your mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans. Agree. I have a lot going up in my head, and I want to do so much, but I can't do all the stuff that I want to do. You would not call yourself a dreamer. Disagree. A small disagree. I do dream, but I don't let it, run my life. But I will call myself a small dreamer. Anyways, you usually find it difficult to relax when talking in front of many people. Agree. 100%. Generally speaking, generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your imagination. I'm gonna go with a big disagree. I rely more on my experience. Because the experience, if it's a good experience, you feel good afterwards, and it sticks with you forever. Your imagination, you can create things with your imagination, but that only will last for so long. But if you experience something, it will stick with you forever. And and every time when you think about it, you feel good about it. Like an experience, I went to I'm going to bring up the Dan and Phil tour thing. Me and my mom went there, of course, and on the way back, we got lost, and of course, we did that trip will stay with me forever because I had a good experience. Even though we got lost, it turned out great, and it was fun, and now, when we think about it, it's funny to think about because we got lost on the way back, and we had a fun time seeing Dan and Phil and all this other stuff like that. So it was and we had a mom and daughter moment together. We had a bonding between each other, and it was amazing. And I loved it because we went on that trip. So it's a good experience, and I want to rely more on experience than imagination, because imagination can only last for so long. But the experience is there with you forever. You worry too much about what other people think. I would disagree. A medium disagree. I do worry about what people think, yeah, but I don't let it, run my life. If the room is full, you stay closer to the walls, avoiding the center. Agree. I'm normally in the back or off to the side. I don't like being in the middle, but sometimes I'll end up in the middle of a room, and that's fine, but I'm more off to the side or in the back. I have a tendency to procrastinate until there is not enough time to do everything. Sometimes, I'll go with small degree. I sometimes do that. I sometimes this word right here, I can't seem to freaking say it. I do sometimes, and then until there's no time left, but I sometimes don't and get things done. You feel very anxious in stressful situations. Agree. I am very anxious when in a stressful situation. You believe that it is more rewarding to be liked by others than to be powerful. Agree. I would rather be liked by people. I don't really like power. I don't like power at all. But I like being liked by people. I want to be liked by people, for sure. You have always been interested in unconventional and ambiguous things, e.g. in books or arts. Book, arts, and movies. A big disagree. I love books and arts and movies, so I agree. Please wait. Companager? think that's how you say it. Well, anyways. Mind. Extroverted. This trait determines how we interact with our environment. I'm 56% introverted. Energy. This trait shows where we direct our mental energy. Intuitive, 58%. Nature. Feelings, 85%. I knew I was going to rely more on my feelings. Tactics. Prospecting, 79. Identity, turbulent. So there you have it, everyone. If you guys want to, you can take the test. I will leave a link down in the description so you guys can go take it yourself. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see all you beautiful night owls tomorrow. Goodbye.